Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're viewing from on this sunny crafternoon here in Northwest Michigan. Hey everybody. Let's see, I'm getting all situated here. I'm where I need to be. That's a good thing. I think I'm a little crooked. I can't stand that. That drives me crazy. I won't sing, I promise. So welcome on in. Make sure to say hi as you find me in your news feed. It is Sunday, February 25th. So after today, we have 4 days left of celebration. That's it. It's almost done. Crazy but true, right? Hello, hello. How are you? Is that Jan? Hi, Jan. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Give you a heart. There you go. That's as good as I can do on those. So as you guys come on in, like I said, make sure to say hi. Let me know where you are viewing from. My tongue is tied already, so this is going to be a treat. Hi, Kristen. Happy Sunday crafternoon. I feel a little rusty. It's been 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. I miss a week and it feels like forever, right? Craziness. I was going to do, the whole record one in advance, and I thought, no, we're just gonna go on vacay. It was a very quick vacation. We went to go visit a friend of mine's daughter who is doing a Disney college program, or as they call it, DCP, and she makes magic, and it's pretty cool. We got to see her in action. It was a lot of fun, and it went way too fast, super fast, and we walked. And we walked and we walked. If you guys have been to Disney, you know you walk. And you walk everywhere. And our highlight was getting back in our hotel room, taking Advil, and getting our pajamas on. That's how we rolled. If you guys can relate, give me a thumbs up on that one. So anyway, I'm glad to be back. Yay. A few more days to celebrate celebration, so we're going to squeeze as much of that in today as we can. And if you are not part of my newsletter, make sure to go ahead and scan that crazy looking QR code with your smartphone, opening up your camera, and the camera will read that and take you to a link. Click on that link and go ahead and fill out the information really quick. It takes you like less than a minute. And you can be part of our newsletter. The reason why you want to do that is for things like this past week and a half, I've been running an email special for everybody with orders of $75 or more. A lot of good stuff in those little care packages that I've been sending out. And I want to thank so many of you for taking the time to support me and my little business. And I've been loving sending out the packages. So thank you so much. Again, you guys are amazing. And we have a couple more days of that special that lasts until the 28th, that evening. And that is getting the 20 sheets of DSP, an embellishment, a sparkly embellishment, and also 5 handmade cards from myself to you, just because I love you. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Also, just to mention, you'll want to, there's a different host code for that special, by the way. Do not use this one. Please use the other host code. And it's in the email. And it's also in that little graphic that I made with all the hearts. And it says something about a, oh my goodness. I'm having a, brain cramp. Anyway, a Valentine's special, magical special. And that's the host code you'll want to use if your order is $75 or more. Otherwise, we have this host code here that's open for February. It will close the end of the month, and then we'll start a new one. Again, I appreciate you supporting myself and my online business by placing your orders with me. You guys are amazing. Hi, Judy. Happy Sunday crafternoon to you. Okay, let's dive into some more information. Speaking of placing orders, you guys, I'm going to get on a little squirrel moment, okay? So bear with me. We have a lot of stuff to cram into this. I try to keep it down to an hour. So try to keep me on track, right? So with that being said, as far as celebration ending, you know what these are, right? These are our in colors. And guess what's going to be happening to these soon? They're going to retire. It's crazy. It is just, I don't know, you know, every year we have a new set of 5 in colors that are introduced into a new annual catalog, which I'm also like, what? What am I talking about? A new annual catalog? But it's true. Soon our annual catalog is going to retire the end of April. So before you know it, we'll be seeing a retiring list that I'll be able to share with all of you to let you know what is retiring in this catalog. Also, our mini catalog retires the end of April. So we'll see a retirement list for this as well. Holy cow, right? And then we have this ending in 5 days if you count today. Okay, so with that being said, if there is something that you have been loving in any of these, why not get it now and benefit with Celebration? Or, better yet, purchase a starter kit and get those things that you haven't had a chance to get yet between the 2 catalogs, or stock up on this stuff. So when I say, of course, I'm showing the ink pads here, but these 5 ink colors, when they retire, everything that is one of these 5 ink colors will also retire. So that means not only the ink pads, but the ink refills, the cardstock, any designer paper, of course, that has this in it, like the in color DSP, the 6x6 packs, ribbons, embellishments, all the things. We're guaranteed that they're going to retire if they have any of these colors in it. So if you have been loving these and you want to get a new ink refill for your ink pads, stock up on your cardstock, do it now before the retirement list even comes out, because this is a sure thing. We know that these are going to go. We know that we have 5 new ink colors being introduced. Stock up on these things now. Get what you want before the panic sets in, because it seems like, hey, Kathy, happy Sunday crafternoon, my friend. It seems like no matter what, the in color stuff always vanishes first. It's just a given. I've been a demonstrator for almost 14 years, and it's just the way it rolls, right? So with that being said, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out to you guys, to make sure that you stock up on all the things in colors. And of course, Celebration's going on until the end of the 29th, I was going to say 28th, 29th of February. And why not take advantage of stocking up and getting the freebies yet? I mean, it just makes sense to me, but you know, what do I know? No, honestly, I love to see you get the most bang for your dollars, because, hey, thanks, Kathy. It's good to be home. I'm still recuperating. My body's still recuperating. But, you know, I feel like it's my job to help you guys stretch your dollars as much as you can. I mean, that just makes total sense, because we all know this stuff, it adds up, right? And with that being said, just to point out one more time, you know, purchase the starter kit with me and go ahead and get a little extra for free. That's option 2, where you can get $155 of product for $99, free shipping, and a free paper pumpkin. Or I've had some of you messaging me asking about this. So this is our glass craft mat. You can get this only by joining at this point. Us as demonstrators could get it in advance before Celebration kicked in. And it comes along with the silicone tray, which is non-skid. Fits your either your ink spots or your ink pads, mixing multiple things, whether it's watercoloring, mixing with our paste, all the, what do we want to call those? Oh my goodness, the other medias that you work with in paper crafting. Put it that way. Oh gosh, Dawn, don't get too fancy. Anyway, so this is another option if you decide to join and purchase the starter kit to get the free shipping. If anything else, why not, right? This is how it all began for me. And I don't need to be doing all these fancy things, but I do because I love it and I love to share it with you. But I also like to share when I can help you, I don't know, you know, save some money. I mean, why not? And you can do this over and over and over and over. I've had several who rejoin my team, and there's no penalty for that. Not at all. I mean, why not? Do it. I wish I could get this again. I really do. So anyway, so this option would be getting this and then getting $125 of product for $99. This is a $60 value. I had to purchase this for $60. So you can get it for free. So anyway, if you have any questions about it, let me know. Like I said, you have just a couple days. It's crunch time now. So for those of you who are last minute thinkers, you might not want to think too much longer and just jump on it. Why not? Why not? So anyway, that is that. Celebration. I love it when it starts, and I'm so sad when it ends. Also, just to share a little something with you guys. So today, what we're going to work with is this sweet, but what makes it sweeter is something that is in Celebration, and that is this DSP right here. So if you guys been kind of hem-hawing about it, I think part of what makes some of the sweets in here are some of the papers that they're offering for free in Celebration. So there's a lot of things in here that you can earn for a $50 purchase per item. And then there are some items in here for $100 minimum order to get them. But the designer paper called Trusty Toolbox is available with a $50 minimum order before shipping and tax. So it goes perfectly with this. So we're going to play with this today just because I feel like since this is the last Sunday where I'm featuring Celebration products, and this is it's not the closest holiday, but it's one of those things where I always have a problem with making dude cards, right? Masculine cards. Not saying that women don't use tools. I know we use tools. Please, nobody get angry on that comment. But you know what I mean. Just in general, some masculine cards for birthdays, Father's Day, just saying thanks, all those things. Women use tools too. I get that. So make them in pink, right? Make them in pink. Anyway, so we're going to play with that today. So I just wanted to show you in the mini catalog, if you haven't gotten this, or if you haven't gotten the paper and you have gotten this, make sure to grab up that paper. It's still available, so grab it on up. It's a good one. Okay, let's go ahead and get to our stuff. So I hope that you guys have had a good couple of weeks. Like I said, I feel a little rusty. Oh, and there's a couple of other things I want to talk about too before we get stamping. See? I am just a little rusty. Okay, just to mention once again, if you're not already in my group, make sure to join my group, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet Paper Crafting. Also, YouTube. If you haven't already, please go to Dawn's Creative Chalet on YouTube and follow me, subscribe, and also hit that little bell. It'll turn black. That'll give you all the notifications as I load things onto YouTube and do more with that. I kind of would like to do YouTube lives. I don't know. I kind of want to, but you know, it's something new. All those things, right? Also, check out my blog. Usually about a half hour after we're done here, I make sure everything's loaded to my blog. So if you have questions about the items that I used today, looking at the cards again, all that good stuff is planted on my blog. That's always like my hub of information right there, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. And of course, as you've seen earlier, my online store, which is dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net. Yay! Oh, you shared me out today, Kathy. Love you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Seriously, that means the world to me. You're awesome. Also, the upcoming events coming up here at the chalet. Just to mention on March 1st, which I don't have. There it is. I'm like, I don't have that on there. March 1st, we're going to kick it off over at Starbucks. So if you are local or semi-local to me in the Ludington, Michigan area, I'm going to do the hand map. I'm sorry. I know. What a cheesy thing, right? I'm located right here at your pinky knuckle, right along the Lake Michigan shoreline. So, you know, anyway, Ludington, Michigan Starbucks, free sip and stamp where we craft, make a card. And I think it's going to be Easter spring. because I know not everybody celebrates Easter. So I want to cover all the bases. So anyway, Starbucks on March 1st, on Friday, the first Friday of the month, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Also coming up is Creative Card Class on Thursday, March the 7th, with 3 times available at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30, and it's $25 or free with a minimum order. And let's see here. Oh, and my product inclusive class in March is going to be those beautiful hot air balloons. And that is going to be on Thursday, March the 28th. By the way, if you're looking at this date in March, I did have to move it up a week because the second week of March, when I normally have that date, you're looking at going, it's because I will be in Houston for the Stampin' Up event called On Stage. So I'm really looking forward to that and sharing some great things with you guys. I think that they are going to share some things that will be in the new annual catalog. So there'll be some sneak peeks. So make sure every now and then to follow me on social media. Specifically, it's easiest for me on Facebook. So yeah, follow me for some sneaky peekies. And then as we get into April, I don't want to dive too much into it. That's overwhelming information. But getting into my April card classes, I'm working on those right now. And the Trusty Tools, which we're playing with today, I'm having a class on that at the end of April. So yeah, all kinds of fun stuff here at the chalet. Okay, also want to remind you guys of Paper Pumpkin. So if you want the March Paper Pumpkin, which you're going to want to if you're not already part of Paper Pumpkin. I'll tell you why in a second. But sign up by the 10th of March for the March kit. Now, I know there isn't a lot as far as pictures go, but they are showing you something that everybody's going to want, and that is the additional stamp set. So not only is there one stamp set, there's 2 stamp sets in the March Paper Pumpkin, and I believe it's because, isn't it March, the birthday or the anniversary of Paper Pumpkin, the month of March? They always usually in March have an extra freebie, and I believe that this coming month for March Paper Pumpkin is going to be an additional, a free stamp set. Whoop, whoop. We love free, right? Especially when celebration's over. It's such a downer. This is kind of nice to look forward to something else. It's kind of a nice surprise. Aw, thanks, Kathy. I'm hoping to. My nephew also lives in Houston. So I'm going to be able to not only do a Stampin' Up event, but also visit my nephew, which is really cool. I haven't seen him in quite a while. If you're wanting to take advantage of Celebration yet, Stampin' Up did offer some additional items that you can choose from if you've decided there's everything that's in the book you've already gotten that you've wanted. Here are some things. Hey, Nancy, happy Sunday afternoon, that were added that you will find in the annual catalog. So yeah, there's even more options, right? We love options. And then, of course, I've been talking about this a little bit. So we have online exclusives, right? We've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. So upcoming March 5th, you know, that's not that far away. Like what, a week and a half? And we have new items that will be added to our online store. I'm really excited about this, you guys. This is beautiful when you see it in person. It's gorgeous. The colors are very bright, vivid, very spring, summer. It's given me spring fever. So this is just some of the stuff. I was messing with this a little bit yesterday. I did a little bit with this one as well. And of course, there's that coffee set that you guys have seen me posting a few coffee cards. Latte Love, I believe it's called. And that is a bundle. And also there is, I think they would call it a suite. There's a bundle, there's a DSP, and embellishment, and a ribbon. So you guys are going to want that. I know that one's going to go fast. So if you guys want that stuff, you're going to have to be on it on the 5th. Seriously, I think that that's going to be, and this one, I think between the two, they're like the hottest. I'm also messing with this a little bit. I'll show you guys just because I'm all off track today, but that's okay. So I'm going to be playing with this after I'm done with the live Magnolia Mood, and it has dies to go with it, and I was coloring them up. Isn't that pretty? And then there's this one. And this die, isn't that pretty? Very detailed. I love it. Anyway, so I'm going to mess with that this afternoon so I have things cut and ready to assemble. So yeah, and there's even more. And I know I did a quick live on it. Well, maybe it wasn't so quick on those new items that I did purchase. I didn't get everything. There was a couple things that just weren't my particular taste. So, you know, I'm saving a little bit for that new stuff that's going to be in the annual catalog. Rumor has it that the people that go to OnStage are going to have quite the product purchase premiere, and I'm super excited about that. So for those of you who are demonstrators and are not going, you're going to be seriously missing out. I'm sorry. I wish you were going with me. Okay, I think I did cover all the goods. Let's get on to some Stampin', shall we? All right, so as I was telling you guys, we're playing with this today. It has a lot of dies. Lots of fun right there, right? A great way to make cards for the masculine, the dudes, the women that are handy women. I'm not so much. I'm handier with a Stampin' in my hand than I am a hammer. In fact, I'm very scary with a hammer. Also, wanted to show you guys, because I know we talked about it, the DSP. So I wanted to give you a closer up of that, but there are a lot of colors featured in the paper, right? There's the black, the pecan pie, crushed curry, I believe this is smoky slate, also Lost Lagoon and Poppy Parade. So some fun stuff in there. Gives you a lot of variety. So I'm just going to show you up close and personal as far as the paper. Like I said, if you haven't gotten this, make sure to at least grab up one pack. I think it's going to just complement so well. There are two different designs of tools. So you get a lot of tools if you're into that. I fussy cut a lot of those. And then there's this here. That looks like a toolbox. At first I wasn't sure what that was. The more I looked at it, I was like, oh, duh. It's a toolbox. You know, like the drawers. Yeah. I'm a little slow sometimes. It's all good. Nuts and bolts. Kind of fun. Hammer time. And also, of course, you have to have a good measuring tool, correct? Yep. And then the cork board. My dad always hung up his tools on one of those big cork boards. And then, of course, more tools, different tools than the other. And this is really a lot of fun, too. It's subtle, so you could stamp on it and not distract from your stamping. Okay, so I wanted to show you all of those good things. I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need it. And we'll set this aside. The other thing that I am using today, because I do prep everything, as you guys know, in advance. And I'm showing you guys these right here. I would hope that these do not retire, but I would get them before that list comes out. If they happen to be on it, grab them quick. These are dies that I grab all the time, like all the time. I would be lost without them. And that's the Stylish Shapes dies. So, and then I also used, this is cool. I haven't shown this a whole lot, but I did use this. This is the mini alphabet dies. Whoops. It helps when you guys can see them, huh? So anyway, I love the size of them. We're going to use them on a card today just for fun. But how cool is that? So you can run through like the whole alphabet with a bunch of different papers and mix and match the alphabets, all that fun stuff. But I did all the cutting in advance, so I just wanted to show you guys what it was that I used today. And let's let's grab up some goodies. All right, I think I will need those. Okay, here we are. Whoops, I don't want to lose anything here. So, like I said, I'm using the designer paper since it's still available with Celebration. Like I said, I can't stress it enough. You guys love it, grab it. Grab an extra pack because it's adorable, and yeah. Once it goes away, it's really hard to get, right? So we're also going to use the Crushed Curry ink. Whoops. We're going to switcheroo here and go through some measurements here. So first of all, this is a piece of crushed curry. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and it's scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. We're going to use this as a liner inside our card. And you know, I forgot my little rubber band. Oh, it's on my other, that's what it is. It's on my other bottle. Oh well, we'll deal. It's all good. The little rubber band just holds that piece that keeps flapping around. That is multi-purpose glue, by the way. I've decided that these are a godsend for me, these bottles that were purchased on Amazon, but it is our multi-purpose glue. I find that the bottles that we have for the multi-purpose glue almost like give out a lot more glue than what we need. And then, of course, you're using way too much glue. And for me, I'm a hot mess, as I've told you before, getting it all over, like all over my fingers and everything sticks to me. So this piece of designer series paper is cut at, I'm going to get my cheat sheet here. I forgot to do that. It's cut at, let's see here, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Those wonderful eighths that I just love so much. Okay, if you, whoops, heard a little sarcasm there, that's because I was being very sarcastic. I'm awful with eighths. I kind of wing it, basically. So we're going to set this off to the side. I just wanted that little bit of color popping through on the edges. So what we're going to work on right now is this. Okay, and let's see here. We have crushed curry. This is cut at, I believe, 3 by 4. Nope, 3 by 4 1/4. So crushed curry, 3 by 4 1/4. And then this piece of Poppy Parade is cut at 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. But before we put these together, I want to do a little bit of stamping on this with crushed curry and the hammer. Let's see, where did the hammer go? It's right in front of my face. There we are. And go ahead and I'm going to see if that'll fit on a D block. It does. Perfect. Okay. And using the crushed curry, so it's like a tone on tone, I'm going to go ahead, whoops, ink this up, and let's see, I think I'm going to go like that. And basically, we're just making a background. Well, let's go this way. And let's go that way. All right, awesome. And we'll do one more. Okay, looks good to me. Gonna go ahead, just get rid of that excess crushed curry before I get it on my sleeve, because that probably would not be a good thing. By the way, this is just, it has water that I run it, well, it doesn't have water in it. Well, I guess, well, you know what I mean. Anyway, run this under your sink if you guys get this whole studio, and it makes it very pliable, and all I'm using is water to clean everything off. No chemicals, which I love. The struggle's gonna be real for this whole hour if I can't talk. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we are. So we're going to go ahead and assemble the card. Sorry, I got to put my stamps away as I use them. How many of you guys have lost your photopolymer stamps on things? Like, they stick to everything. I love photopolymer stamps, but they can hide And they do everywhere. Drives me crazy. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. And again, just having that little bit of an edge of color with that Poppy Parade. Bring back my card base. And I need these wonderful dimensionals. We're going to go ahead and attach this onto the card front. So what have you guys been up to since I've seen you last? What's been shaking? What's going on? What are you up to today, this afternoon, after you're done hanging out with me? Any fun plans? Sorry, I was just kind of looking to see if, look at the comments, so to speak. All right, there we go. Cute. Now, I am going to use the Most Awesome, which I love. This can actually be used on a lot of different things. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I want to actually do some what do I want to call this? Two-tone. In case I messed up, I actually cut two of these, in case you're wondering. I've been doing that now, so that way I don't have to panic. I'm like, oh, I can mess up. It's okay. I have another. So with that being said, let's see. How am I going to do this? I also brought my markers, my Stampin' Write markers, but let's see if we can do it this way. I'm living on the edge, you guys. So what I want to do is I want to ink my stamp in 2 different colors. So I might need, we'll see. So I'm getting a little bit on the awesome, as you can see, but I'm hoping that with the Poppy Parade, and I'll probably have to touch it up with the marker, just a touch. And then we'll have to do the old huff huff thing on this, right? Make sure that our ink is moistened. Okay, so I do see, you guys did see what I did, right? I could mask it, but who thinks that far ahead, Evelyn? So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do this. Yep. Because I was too lazy to think of that in advance. But I did grab my markers because I was thinking, you know, but I think I did actually try this without masking it all and just my markers, which you could do. And you know what? These poor markers have not gotten a lot of love in a while because I've been using my Stampin' Blends so much. Anyway, gonna go ahead, moisten it with my breath, and then hold our breath to see if this comes out okay. Okay, guys ready? Ta-da! Hey, that's pretty good. That is awesome. All right. There we are. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put this on with dimensionals. Such a fun card, right? Now, if you didn't want Dad on your card, of course, change it up. You could do someone's name with that cute little mini alphabet. I hope that that alphabet carries over. I really do like it. There we are. And then taking the little hammer here. And I want to just, you know what, I'm going to put a dimensional there. Because we did pop this up, I don't want my hammer to be unbalanced. And I think we'll also put one down at the bottom. And I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue in the middle. That way it keeps it kind of even with the other, with the sentiment that I just put on the card. So there we go. That's perfect. And then also I already tied a bow with my linen thread. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I know guys don't need a bow, but I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with bows. And right now I'm really obsessed with our linen thread. I mean, I always have been, but I just love it because it's something extra on the card, right? Without adding bulk, which is great. Oh, you're making a sympathy card? That's always a bummer, isn't it, Judy? but I know you're going to make a beautiful card and it's going to warm somebody's heart, which is what it's all about. All right, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add Dad on here. My dad will be so impressed. There we are. These are just like the perfect size, you know, for a card front, but also this set would be great for those of you that do the whole memory keeping thing. Whoops, there we go. All right, that is card number 1. 2 more to go. How many of you guys like that one? I think it's kind of cute with the hammer. I like it. Okay, let's venture on to the second card. I'm looking for all my stuff and it's literally right in front of me. That is too funny. Alrighty. So this, I cut out the paintbrush. I've seen some cute things done with the paintbrush stamp from this whole suite. Really cute stuff. Alrighty, so this is, oh my gosh, cheat sheet. Copper clay. I don't know why, but sometimes I get copper clay mixed up with pecan pie. They are kind of close. I guess they aren't if you put them like next to each other, but when I'm just looking at it like that, I'm like, okay, now what color is that? Oh yeah, copper clay. So copper clay, cut it 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4. And then we have our liner for the card. This is basic white, cut it 4 by 5 1/4. We're gonna go ahead and stick this puppy inside. Just like so. Centered-ish. And then I noticed on this card afterwards, I was like, oh, seriously, Dawn, you didn't see that. So this is actually a piece of DSP that is in the set. And I am just going to change it up because what I did is I cut a piece of Lost Lagoon. Let's see here. This is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Yeah, I know, the 8ths all over again, right? But I think what I'll do is I'm just going to stamp tone on tone with those brushes. But you can see that the actual designer paper also has a design in it, which is kind of fun. So if you wanted to change it up even a little bit more, use the DSP. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and grab our paintbrush. By the way, I don't know why I'm going to add this to it all, but I love the smell of fresh paint. I don't know what it is. Just, yeah, good stuff. In fact, I think I might have stamped off when I did that because this is really like shows up a little bit more, but that's okay. It's all good, right? Someone's going to receive the card and go, wow, that's pretty cool. Probably my dad, since, yeah, he's going to get a lot of cards. Alrighty. And then basically we're just making our own DSP. There we are. And then let me see here. I'm gonna add these. I'm gonna do something a little bit different on this card because we can, right? There we are. Oh, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Cute. Love it. Okay, super duper. Okay, I've been kind of throwing you guys off lately when I've been doing that, haven't I? Last time we were together, I really went off track, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to put this away before I forget and lose it. This one right here, Pearl would love to chew, so we're going to put that away as well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and, I'm doing this thing, right? That helps for things to appear. Didn't we have that discussion, Evelyn? When we do this, it helps for us to look for things on our table, and it just magically appears. Okay, there we are. So that was Lost Lagoon on Lost Lagoon paper. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card front. Just like so. And again, this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And once again, I cut an extra piece in case I make a boo-boo, because I do that an awful lot. And this is a piece of the copper clay. This is cut at 1 1/2 by 3 7/8. And then this basic white piece is cut at 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. So before I go ahead and stick this on and do a little layer, I'm going to go ahead and stamp first, because that way, in case I make a mistake, which I do a lot of, this way it's not going to be already attached, so to speak. Okay, so first of all, I need Dad out of here. And it's all connected, which is kind of cool. So you don't have to worry about lining up your stamp or anything like that. And then I'm going to stamp off. In fact, I need my Lost Lagoon again. And I brought in a piece of paper just so I can stamp off, because otherwise it would be way too dark. And I'm going to put right about there. See how I did that? Ta-da! So the original is just a stamp off of it. And then I'm going to grab my, you know what? I got the wrong color out. See? Pumpkin pie. What was I thinking? Let me grab the other. There we go. Copper clay, please. All right, I'm gonna clean this puppy off here really quick. All right. And you're the most awesome. Whoops, I'm gonna grab this block. That way I won't be so squashed on there. And this is gonna be full strength on top of what I just stamped with the Dad stamp. Just gonna make that just a little bit more. Cool. I like that a lot. Okay, and get that off, because I can't remember if I have to use this stamp again or not. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and layer these two together, and then attach it to my, oops, my card base. And there we are. And then, oh no, it's short. You know what? We're going to use it anyway. I'm starting a new trend. Cut your paper short. Jeez. Oh, what was I thinking? I wasn't. That's apparent. Oh well, it doesn't actually look that bad. No, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back side of the paintbrush. And actually, I'm going to put one on the bottom as well, because I didn't pop that up, the sentiment part of the card. My goodness, can you guys tell that I'm rusty? Holy moly. But it feels good to be back, and I missed you guys. Okay. And then, again, I'm going to put a bow with my linen thread that's already tied with a dimensional or two for good measure. These things are so hard to see, aren't they? Oy. Okay, I'm going to put it on the brush like so. And honestly, this card's a little different because I used a white base, and I just noticed that. Oh, well. So which do you guys like better? The copper clay base or the white base? You know, that's probably why yeah, okay. It's all good. Oh boy. Okay. Now let's go on to card number 3. My goodness. Okay, here it is. So this card here was a swap card from Karen. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. I know that looks really gross, but it's really good. Had a tickle in my throat. Pink drink to save the day. Anyway, as I was saying, excuse me. This is a swap card from Karen Titus, and I loved it. I love the simplicity of it, but yet it's like super cute, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to recreate that card because I love it. I love that about doing swaps with my fellow demonstrators because I get so many ideas. Because I do get asked a lot, you know, how do you come up with all these ideas? I don't. We're all in it together. That's why we have Pinterest, right? And then Stampin' Up! Has got a group just for demonstrators. And that's all it is inspiration. Overload of inspiration. So if you're one of those people that love inspiration, then you need to just get that starter kit, right? Join us. We'd love to have you. Okay, so this is a piece of Poppy Parade, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. This is basic white, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and stick it inside there. And then, you know, there we go, cheat sheet on the back. The designer series paper is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I did fussy cut this little guy. You can tell because it's not cut really well. I am not good at fussy cutting. And some of the dies cut like parts of the drill, not the whole drill. So I wanted, obviously, the whole drill. So I did cut it out, and it looks okay. There's been other fussy cuts that have been worse that I've done, so hey. But anyway, I cut that out of the DSP. Like I said, 4 by 5 1/4 for this piece of DSP. That'll be on the card front. I've also cut these two pieces of DSP, the red and smoky slate, or the Poppy Parade and smoky slate piece, the toolbox. This is cut at 1.5 by 5, and this ruler is out of the designer series paper, and that's cut at 1 1/4 by 5. And then this piece, of course, I cut 2 out. I only need 1, but in case of a boo-boo, this is from the Perennial Lavender Dies. Such a cute set, you guys. If you don't have this one too, there's some really cool shapes, and they all look like they have that postage stamp on the edge kind of look. I dig at that. I just love it. So anyway, this is from that set, and then we're just going to stamp on it with our Memento Black. Speaking of, we're going to go on a squirrel for a moment, okay? Now remember I talked to you guys about the Memento Black ink pad, and how after a while, because this is a felt pad and you have to pounce on it and like give it CPR to ink up your stamps, especially our photopolymer stamps. Have you ever noticed that Memento Black? I love this, and it has to be used if you want to color with our Stampin' blends, our alcohol-based markers. But after a while, because I have several of these, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of concaves, and then I have a problem because I am always, or my customers are always pouncing on these things to get, you know, it well inked. So I found a solution to that, and I was telling you guys about that the last time we were together. So I wanted to give you an update. So what I did is I went ahead and I had this stamp pad that's actually meant for the white ink, which is an opaque type of ink, which means that it's like goopier, thicker, it's opaque, so it's supposed to be a heavier ink. Well, I decided with this particular stamp pad that comes with it, and it doesn't come inked in white, you have to ink it yourself, and they give you, goodness sakes, I got another tickle. My goodness, sorry about that. So anyway, you have to ink this yourself with the white ink refill that they give you. So instead, I wanted to do the little trick that's been going around in the demonstrator base as far as inking this up with the Memento Black ink and trying it out. Well, I have to tell you, I've been using this since last couple days since I've been home. This has worked like a charm. I don't know if they're still available because I know this has been like wildfire talk amongst demonstrators. But this, yeah, I like this pad better. This is identical to the ink pads that we have for our water-based ink, which is kind of like a, I don't know, it's a felt foam stamp. So it suspends and it holds the ink differently in this ink pad compared to the felt pad in this here. So it's this pad, or this ink, but it's on this pad. I love it. Absolutely love it. So we're going to go ahead. You can see it has absorbed the ink in it. And we're going to go ahead and use it so you can see for yourself how it works. And of course, I'm not using the, what do you want to call it? The piercing mat, because stamping on this smooth surface of our glass mat is awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and grab my awesome stamp. There we go. And we're going to ink it up. I just think that it actually inks our photopolymer stamps better. And I'm going to show you here. Because I know sometimes it would even bead up on our photopolymer stamps. I don't even know the right words to describe it. But anyway, look at the impression that I just got. Makes a world of difference, you guys. I love when I can find like a helpful tip or trick and share it with all of you. Oh, so good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, take the multi-purpose glue, and we're going to go ahead and glue this piece to the card base. And then taking the 1.5 by 5 piece and stick it to the left side of our card. There we go. And then the same, this is 1.25 by 5. And sticking this also to the card. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead, I don't remember, yeah, I think that's on there without dimensionals. Shocker. We will put dimensionals on the drill because something on my card has to have dimensionals. Okay, there we are. Let's go a little more over this way, and there we are. And then, of course, dimensionals on my little drill here. Evelyn says, just a couple days ago. That is correctamundo. All my days kind of blend, you know? Crazy but true. Okay. I think I got them all off. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there like so. How cute is that? And then these little guys, these cork rounds, have the sticky on them, or the adhesive on them already. I forgot to cut that off and make that more, oh well, all good. Okay, and then taking my, take your pick tool, we're going to go ahead, and I just wanted to, just like she did, I wanted to add a little extra something. There we are. And of course, 3 is always a good number, right? Odd numbers are more appealing to the eyeballs. And there we go. And no bow on this one. Embellishment instead. And that is card number 3. So let me grab all 3 of these. There we are. And like I said, if you want some more information on them or the products that I've used, you'll want to hop over to my blog in about a half hour. I will be loading our live onto my blog, and they'll be all set to go, and I'll go ahead and push the button and it will be set for you guys to view. That was fun. Thanks you guys for hanging in there with me. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hot mess today, but that's because I was on vacay. I think my brain is still elsewhere. But thanks so much. I hope that I've inspired you a little bit and some ways to use that beautiful designer series paper. Thank you, Judy. Thanks for being here. I really, truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Because I know there's a lot of things you could be doing on your Sunday afternoon, right? Like laundry, cleaning the house. No way. All right. So make sure to make the most of celebration before it ends on the 29th. We have an extra day because of leap year, so that's kind of cool. But if you have any questions on anything today, just reach out to me. Have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.